Hey y'all, this is TCA Gaming. You guys seem to like the coverage of the Heritage auction block, so we're going to go over another big auction company, and that is Golden. Typically in the past, these auction companies have not had a lot of Pokemon items, but they've definitely been gaining more and more traction with them as the price of these collectibles have really increased. So this one is ending in 2.5 days. It's 10/4 when I'm recording this, so hopefully you guys get this before. I'm going to try to make sure it gets uploaded before then. And we're going to start off here with the lowest lot number, so nothing too crazy. Like this right here, you got a Darkness Ablaze booster case. You could find that. Legendary Collection Pack, those are pretty tough to find, but man, I don't know what's going on with that one. It's got like crumples going on at the top. I'm not sure I'd go that route. These right here, these are Tommy Scratch booster packs. They have those unscratched like gambling cards inside of them. I picked up a Charizard recently for a decent price. Here we've got some graded packs, some modern cards. Looks like you got some modern lots. These are a little bit interesting. These are the World Championship 9 card sets. Really, you only get 7 cards, and then you get like the 2 little inserts. But like this is from 2005, this is from 2005. That's 06. 04, I believe, was the first year they had these. I think 05 might have had 2 versions of the promo. Like one was an error, one was not. It was either 2005 or one of those other early years. There's another Charizard EX you can see right there in the 10. Be kind of curious to see the difference in price from Golden to Heritage. Typically Golden does not get as many eyes, but I did notice that PSA was advertising for this particular auction, so maybe they're partnered together. Got some more lots here. This is pretty cool right here. This is a complete set of the Wizards of the Coast promos plus the Ancient Mew, because there's 53 cards in there. A lot of people used to call Ancient Mew the 54th card, but I don't think anybody does that anymore. It's not really something that stuck. But you've got a complete Gym Hero set here. Gym Hero set right here. It says 132 cards, and I guess the 18 are PSA graded, so that would probably mean the hollows. Yeah, those grades are pretty terrible. So you can see. Well, there's an 8 on the Moltres, 8 on the Rhydon, 8 on the Clefable. We got like 4s and 5s there. But I imagine that's going to get some bids. You got the Gym Challenge right there. You got some more 10s on some fossils. So, it'd be cool to watch low pop ones like the Lapras. Most of these other ones are probably going to end in your typical range. You got a Gengar and Articuno. Both of those are going to be highly popular. Keep going. You got a fossil set there. You got some first edition high grade cards, a 9.5 CGC. That's a pretty tough grade to get, especially on first edition base set. Really any WotC Hollow. So I might be a player on some of these cards here. There's a Venusaur. You got is that a perfect? That's a perfect 10 on an Alakazam base set. I didn't even see that one. As you can tell, I just kind of click it and go, and then hopefully I can comment on this stuff in a way that makes sense as we go. I might bid on that Merlin sticker. I've got I don't know, it's already at $100. I've got so many of these. I don't think that I should be able to get one of those in a 9. I think out of the ones that I already have. Got some Card-Ass 97 hollows. These are beautiful cards. You got the Pikachu, got the Mew. The Zard is in a BGS 9.5, so that is going to hurt a little bit. Here's that Tommy Scratch card I was talking to you about. So the Charizard pulled a 7. I think the one I got was an 8. I'd love to get a 10 in that one, but they're really tough to find. Check out a Logan Paul NFT, 0 bids. I actually have one of these because I was in that break. I'm assuming this is the very first break. Well, it says for 2022 break. What does that mean? This is how dumb I was when I first saw this. I thought it was an actual card that Logan Paul had gotten permission from Pokemon to print, and that everybody was going to get one of those cards when you bought into the break. So I saw NFT. I'm thinking, oh, it must have something to do with the NFL. Like it's a non-fungible token. So I still have that thing sitting somewhere in a marketplace that I had an account automatically created for. Got another 9.5 on a first edition base set hollow full with the Mewtwo right there. Let's see if I can zoom in just a little bit. Is that? No, it shoots the card off the page. Entei, I actually do need this one still for my personal collection. We've seen a lot of these come through here recently, so I think the last one that I saw went for about $7,000. So I'm hoping that maybe I can get it for less than that. I'll just have to go in there and see. I don't even know if I want to bid that much. There's another PSA 9 first edition Charizard, but check this one out. I've got a 9.5. Got a CGC 9.5 on the Charizard base set first edition. Looks pretty nice. Maybe let's see. Tiny white dot there, a little bit there. Maybe it's just the edges that are holding it back. I'm surprised. Like, I actually prefer it not to have those subgrades unless they're all the same number. I don't like seeing the different subgrades. I'd rather just have one overall grade. In fact, I'd rather have a 9 or a 10, but 9.5 maybe for that card, since I still don't have a 9.5, but that might be something that I go for. Here's a Shadowless first edition complete set, and you can see right there it actually has a Charizard graded in it. It's a 5. A lot of these grades, I guess, are going to be low. 7.5 on the Blastoise, such a weird grade. You know, so you expect it from some places, but you don't see it a whole lot with PSA. This was one of the cards that they were advertising for, lot number 3, so it's up there. Remember when we saw this card on Liquid Marketplace for like over $100,000? It was like 160 some thousand. It was something ridiculous. This card is nowhere near that value. Maybe at one point it was a $15,000 to $20,000 card, but yeah, it's at $5,000, $6,000 with buyer premium. It would surprise me if it still broke 10 grand. I mean, it is a really nice card to have, but I don't know, with the way the market is right now, that's where I would put my bet, somewhere slightly under $10,000. But you know, if it did get $15,000, $20,000, that would be surprising, but it wouldn't be like shocking. Then we have this BGS 9.5. You see the price difference between the BGS and the CGC on this 9.5. Does surprise me a little bit, but you know, we know that there is a market for the BGS 9.5. I think I actually bid on a 9.5. That one that the guy paid for with his disaster relief fund is like 50 some. It was almost $60,000. He ended up going to jail. They repossessed it. Then they auctioned it through like the state. Some kind of state auction house, and I caught wind of it, and I think I bid up to like $43,000. It was between me and one guy. Like, we ran it up from like 20 some thousand almost to 50 grand. So if I hadn't been in there, it probably went for way less. But I'm curious to see where this is going to go now. The market's, you know, dialed back, you know, quite a bit. So, you know, this right here, it wouldn't surprise me if it went for around the $30,000 mark, but I don't know. It's a card that could swing all the way back up to the 40s, low 40s. It would surprise me if it went over 45,000. You know, we haven't seen, you know, that price point in a while for this card, and it would surprise me if it went for, you know, right around where it is. If it went for under 20, I'm thinking it's going to be in the $30,000 range. And then last, here's the one that, you know, probably everybody's been waiting for, because I stuck it in the thumbnail or maybe the title or something like that. But we have the Pikachu illustrator. So we have the near mint 8. I believe the last copy we saw sold was the 9 for like $840,000-ish. I'm not in the know to whether or not that stuff was actually paid for, but I think it's been accepted among the community that it was paid for. There was that 7 that supposedly sold for like $900,000 and then kept getting offered down. I believe the confirmed sale on that one ended up being around $720. But again, I'm not in the actual know for that stuff. It's all hearsay. What we do know is there is a PSA 8 up for grabs right now on Golden. And you can see right there that it's already up to $400,000, $480,000 if you include the buyer premium, so already hitting close to that $500,000 mark. It would not surprise me if it basically stayed at this mark. I think it's already getting pretty close to maxed out for what we have in the market. But it also, I mean, it would be shocking to me if it went over $800,000, especially where we saw the 9 and the drip down in the market so far. But this is one of those cards where it can do that, you know, just because it doesn't come available very often, and it is considered one of like the grail type items. Somebody may have literally been saving for this particular card, and then if that person and the second highest bidder from the last one, or the third highest, or someone who was sleeping who missed the 9 or the 7, you know, they meet and they both are bidding on this auction, then who knows, it may meet and go to a new record price. But if I had to estimate, I would say around the $500,000 mark, around where it almost is already. So we'll just have to see. You know, I was wrong on many of the ones from the last auction, but we'll see if I hit any of them kind of close in this one, or we'll see how far off I was. All right, thanks guys.